Hello and welcome to another episode of The Real Franchise. This is a video series designed just to deliver real information and real answers and real insights into franchising. The series is brought to you by James Home Services Australia. I'm Justin Kelly. I'm one of the owners of the company and also have been a franchisee in the company for over 15 years. And this episode is one of our episodes of meeting some of the team. We've been sort of going around the country doing this every week. It's easy to go around the country when it's all on a screen, isn't it, Michael? It makes it a bit easier.
Definitely. It does make life easier.
Yeah. We're back up to what I think is the best state in the country, Queensland, today. So
100%.
Michael, I'll let you introduce where you are and what business do you have with James?
Okay. I'm about 3-4 months in. We have the interior cleaning side of things. We are currently in the process of building a solid base. I believe that's very important. We're in the middle of building that, getting it to where we want to be.
Right. And what part of the state are you in?
I'm in South Brisbane.
Yep. Okay.
I'm out at based at Acacia Ridge.
Acacia Ridge in Brizzy. Awesome. Okay. Now, I was thinking, and I mentioned earlier to you, I can remember our first call. When you first inquired, like so many people do, I called you back. Normally those conversations go for 10 or 15 minutes. I find that first chat on the phone. The conversation I had with you went for over an hour. So
I am known to enjoy a good chat. So, yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. And looking back on that, a lot of the chat was you had a lot of concerns and things, like so many really good questions. And I wonder if you can recall that. Would you mind sharing some of the things you were worried about, concerned about before we started the process?
Okay. The main concern at that time was transparency.
Yeah.
The main concern was whether all the things laid out on the table were going to stay that way throughout the process, throughout the trading, throughout running the business, things such as the fees, the coaching. And to be honest with you, being quite wary, franchise systems are having a bit of a tarnished reputation.
Yeah.
That was honestly our main concern.
Yeah.
At that time.
Yep. And now that you've sort of gone through the process, and I even remember before you signed, you did a wise thing, went and saw independent legal advice, and that raised some more concerns for you, didn't it?
It did a little. Yeah, it did. I'd like to point out that was actually your suggestion.
Yeah.
Being new in business, never having run a business, never having owned a business, wasn't quite sure about the steps to take and when to take them.
Yeah.
Having been advised by yourself, did provide a bit of relief.
Great.
Did provide a bit of reassurance that we're with some people that want the best for us.
Yeah.
So that was very nice to hear.
Right. So that was your concern before you started, that transparency. And as you know, that's something we try. Well, I always say there's no secrets. So now that you're on the other side of the fence and you're sort of 3-4 months in, what have you found? Has it been transparent? Have you found things after you started that you were like, hey, I didn't know about that? How are you feeling?
When it comes to the transparency, to be honest with you, couldn't ask for more. Every question from our first meeting to my last meeting with Greg has been answered and proved honest and true. The support, amazing, absolutely amazing. Readily at any time. Greg's last words after every meeting, Mick, if you need anything, anytime, you've got my number. It's
right.
Couldn't ask for more, honestly.
Right. And so just for those listening, who is Greg and what does he do and what sort of, interactions does he have with you? Who is he in the company?
Greg is a experienced franchisee with the interior cleaning.
Yep.
He's my personal business coach.
Yep.
Very knowledgeable, and he's more than willing to share that knowledge, give advice. He has been there every step of the way, 100%, as a business coach, as a mentor, as a friend.
Yep. Yep.
So I honestly couldn't ask for more.
Good. Oh, that's awesome. I love hearing that sort of stuff. It's really good because it's when we try. I think we've got the 5 coaches across the network, and like I love, and I know we've spoken about this. What I love about our business model is we can only do well if you're doing well. That's the foundation of it all. So it's all about if we care for people, if we look after people, help them do well, then obviously James will do well. So just digging into the coaching, because this is some of the questions I often get asked. So you're 3-4 months in, what sort of things does the coach, so when Greg met with you today or in your last coaching appointment, what sort of things do you go through and cover in those meetings?
We cover past performance, the past 2-3 weeks. We look at leads coming in, conversion rate. What I absolutely love about Greg is that he will tell you the things you're doing right.
Yep.
He will tell you the things that you're doing wrong or not doing enough of, and he will let you know how to fix it.
Yep.
So he's giving advice, he's giving encouragement, and we're just going ahead in leaps and bounds.
Awesome. Love hearing that. And you're 3-4 months in, is that right?
3-4 months in, yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah. Well, another question I love throwing at people, now that you're 3-4 months in, what's one thing that you wish you had have known before you started? Now looking back, is there something that you go, man, if only I'd known that?
That's a tough one, to be honest, Justin, because there's so much that I didn't know.
Yeah.
Being my first foray into business. On a personal level, I would say I wish I knew that patience is key.
Yep.
That Rome wasn't built in a day, that you need patience, you need perseverance.
Yes.
You need the willingness to take yourself outside your comfort zone.
Yes.
And do things that you wouldn't normally do.
Yeah.
Which is hard to do, but once you've done it a few times, you get used to it.
Yep.
And you come to enjoy it.
Yep. So true. I find so many people I talk to in that first phone call, their key concerns are, how many staff can we employ, and, can I cover all of Melbourne, and, all of those sorts of questions. And it's like Rome wasn't built in a day. You got to crawl before you walk, and you got to walk before you run, and sort of expanding and having staff and all that. Yes, absolutely, you can do all those sort of things. But like you say, you've got to start by building that foundation, haven't you, and getting your customer base, and then getting yourself the revenue and cash coming that you need, and then growing from there.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Yeah. Well, for people looking or listening to this, any words of advice, any things that you think, hey guys, really important to check this out, or look at this, or dig into something a bit deeper? Any words of advice?
I would say do your research, ask lots of questions. Before you even start to think about delving into a business such as this, work out your goals, decide where you want to take it, where you want to be.
Yes.
Because I believe that starting with that foundation, understanding where you want to take it, is key in your process of getting it there.
Yes. Yeah. So true.
ask lots of questions, be sure that you understand the answers, listen, understand that there will be times where you question yourself. Oh my God, what have I done? But the support is there. The support is there. I mean, when you're getting follow-ups from the big boss, asking how you're doing and checking up on you, you know that when you're told we're a big family, we're a big family.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, one final question for you today, Mick. What would be, I guess, is there anything that you can think of that's been the most rewarding part of having your own James business?
There's so much. There's having your clients, being grateful for giving them not only a quality product, but true customer service. I know that Greg hammered into me that customer service, it's beyond providing a quality product. It's also providing a quality experience. I know we believe to be invited into someone's home, that's a privilege. So you have to act on that.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time today and coming on. And for those of you listening, I hope you enjoyed this. As Mick said, this is a part of doing that research, even as you're starting your journey at looking at having your own business. So hope you really enjoyed it. If there's things you'd like to see us cover, for those of you listening, if you'd like to see us cover something in one of these interviews or topics, feel free in the comment section below just to put in a question. But other than that, thanks so much for your time, Mick, and look forward to catching up again soon.
My pleasure. Talk soon, Justin. Thank you.